Now hold on a minute.
Welcome back to our podcast.
I'm Andrea.
I'm Alix.
And I'm Landon.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Alix, you just said that you have a bright idea. Will you share it with us?
Well, it was an idea for after we talk about the carjacking story that we said we were going to talk about, and then we didn't, and then we said we were going to talk about it in the next episode, and then we didn't, so I think we should talk about it now.
Okay.
Landon, or at least tell the story.
Landon, do you remember the carjacking story at all?
Yeah.
Were you home when Alix lied and said he was carjacked?
I don't remember all that. I just remember going and getting candy.
No, that's wrong story, Landon.
No. Not when we stole her car.
Not when you stole my minivan.
Oh, you're talking about
When
whenever,
I was-
You're talking about whenever you said somebody tried to like jack your shit.
Yeah, that would be carjacking.
Okay. No, I thought you meant
Yes.
us. I thought you meant us carjacking mom.
That was
No,
theft. That
that's
was
just-
not carjacking.
Okay,
You
breach
stole
of trust. Breach of trust. We brought it back.
Carjacking and theft is the same shit.
No, it's not.
You stole my minivan.
I don't know why you're looking at me when you're saying that.
And that
Technically,
was-
he didn't steal it. I stole it, and he was just with me.
I was an accessory.
Okay. You both stole my minivan at one point, and we discussed that. The other part, when we were talking about all of your punishments and all the things that Dad and I came up with to try to get you two to not act like heathens, we left off with carjacking. Alix lied and said he was carjacked. Do you remember that?
I don't remember any of that. No.
Okay. Alix, do you remember any of it?
On the record, no. Off the record, yes.
Okay.
It depends on who's asking. But yes, I do remember it.
You do remember it.
Partially.
Okay.
I remember more when I got home. Like the look on your face and talking to you and how upset Dad was. I remember the aftermath of it and how it made everybody feel way more than I remember like what I said or what I did.
So you don't remember the beforehand saying, oh, you know what I'll do? I'm out and not supposed to be, and I'm out way later. So let me go ahead and just say that I was carjacked. You don't remember making all that up?
Not really.
Okay.
But I think when I was younger, it was very much more I would do something and then it would hit me like, oh, this is something they're going to get mad at. And I would try to make a lie up really quick like that. And it would just be something insane. But it wasn't like this pre-planned, elaborate, oh, I'm going to do this. How can I form this lie?
Mm-hmm.
And then planned it. I remember it wasn't like that at all. It was very like quick on my feet. What can I say this lie is?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right. So
Oh.
that was just a bunch of words.
What?
Like, I'm so surprised that you don't remember coming up with it. You know what I mean?
There are big chunks of my memory from being younger that I don't remember anything. Like,
Okay.
I don't remember. They're like I don't remember big details, but I really I don't know.
Yeah, you don't really remember. Okay, I get it though. I get it. And I guess sometimes it surprises me what you all remember and what you forget, because I guess it was just such a big deal to me and Dad. So this one was such a big deal because Dad, Alix called his father to tell him. And I think that's funny too, because you would always call me. So that was my first indication. So Alix calls his dad and says, Dad, I pulled over because my car was having issues. And this car was a hoopty. It was a PT Cruiser. It was a piece of crap. From that point on, we've always hated Chrysler from that point on.
Yeah.
And that's not unnormal for Alix to have to pull off the side of the road and work on the car. And said, I was under the hood working on the car, and somebody came up to me and asked for my wallet, and my wallet was in the console. So I went to get it. And when I went to get it, there was kind of like a scuffle. Like, this person pushed you, you pushed back, whatever. You got in the car and left. So you called dad and told him about that.
Which from the beginning, that lie, like just from the first sentence, makes no sense. Because anytime anything would happen with my car, the first thing I would do is call dad.
Right.
So it made no sense from the beginning at all.
Right. From my point, I'm like, well, this is a total lie. Dad was very concerned. So that's why I kind of find it comical, because he believed you and he was worried. So he came in and told me. And as soon as he started telling me the story, I went, yeah, no, that's a lie. I don't believe it. And he's like, what? I'm like, no, I don't believe it. So when you walked in, as soon as I saw your face, I could tell you were lying. And I just looked at you and said, so what's the real story? And then
I'd remember that.
Yeah. And then that point you got upset. You just kind of came clean. You were at somebody's house that you weren't supposed to be. You were way later coming home. You passed your curfew and all of this. So that was really the story. It's not anything, I want to say it's not anything crazy, but it was a crazy story.
That's such
and
a
it's
crazy
comical.
lie to instead just be like, hey, I lost track of time. You didn't tell me this person's house. I was like, thinking about it now, it's like, why did I make up this crazy,
It was so
so
extreme.
unbelievable.
It was so extreme and so ridiculous. And I think the funny thing for Dad and I now is the fact that he believed you. And that's what
You know what it was? I was just so scared of losing electricity again. And I was like, that can't happen.
And here's the thing, that I don't remember how you were punished for that. I really don't.
remember either. I feel like you probably took my phone.
And I don't even know if you were home, Landon, honestly.
Because
You might have been out.
when I was around that age, a lot of it was like taking my phone. Because that's when I got to the age where my phone was how I talked to my friends. And like that was like a huge part of my life, because that's how I communicated with everybody.
The thing about you both, though, that is still cracks me up is the lies you told were so extreme. You came up with crazy, ridiculous
What's one that Landon came up with?
stuff.
Like a crazy one that Landon came up with. Get the heat off me, please.
Landon made a lot of crazy lies when it came to schoolwork, why he was failing, why he didn't pass a test. His stuff was all, it wasn't crazy extreme like that. It was just always consistently coming up with, the teacher didn't tell me this and I don't know this, and always blaming the teacher. Like it was never his fault why he was failing everything. It was always everybody else's problem and never his. What do you got to say about that?
Right.
You're right.
But were you carjacked in the middle of the night while you were working under the hood of your car?
Yeah.
Same.
But I didn't want to tell Mom because she thought that I was lying to her. Jesus. Was it really only about school?
No, you always lied. You lied about everything.
I feel like there was one time where I busted curfew like Alix, and I made up something crazy.
Guys, it's all blending together. Basically, you were liars. You lied all the time. You did. You lied all the time. Yep.
But now, because of your impressive and incredible parenting,
Oh my God.
we have become amazing human beings. No, nothing at all. Hello? Am I terrible? Is somebody not going to tell me?
No, but it is crazy, like the stuff that we would come up with, man. Like,
Okay, I
Like,
have
dude.
something. I came up with this question I wanted to ask you guys.
okay.
If all of the fast food chains
Uh-uh.
were people and they got in a fight, who would win? So like Taco Bell, McDonald's,
No, that's a
Burger
good-
King, like who would win in a fight?
No, that's a good question.
Thank you.
That's a good question.
How did we go from carjacking and how you guys are liars to that? You're trying to change the subject. Is that what you're doing, right?
I just felt like the conversation, I was just trying to move it along.
Away from them being liars.
Okay, let's talk about Mom's road rage.
I feel like Mom's holding a grudge.
Lana, let's talk about Mom's road rage.
No, let's do it.
So earlier, before we started the podcast, we were talking about what should we talk about. And I think it was somebody brought up that Mom has road rage. And she looks at me, hits my leg, and I won't say yells because that wasn't her yelling voice is louder,
She's just
but
talking.
shouts. I don't have road rage, do I? Getting angry about the.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Would you say mom has road rage?
Hell yeah.
Okay, I would too.
It's all right, Mom.
Mom looks very disgusted right now.
Well, because I don't understand why you say that.
Landon's face. What do you? How? Explain.
I don't know why you are always on me about road rage. I don't have road rage.
Why do you think you don't have it?
Because I drive down the road, cool, calm, and collective, listening to my music.
And cuss at people?
And do this.
And slap your steering wheel?
Yeah, but if you raise your hand to communicate something, that's not road rage.
I don't think I've ever. I can't say that because I have yelled. Not as often. I think it's the frequency in which it happens.
What's Nala
Nala?
doing? Nala's drinking her water. She's in her own world. Listen, I got nothing. I mean, it's a
Oh.
matter of opinion.
Oh.
I don't mind people jumping in front of me. I don't mind people
I don't have road rage.
doing what they need to do on the road.
I didn't lie as a kid.
Well, you just proved
just
that
lied.
wrong.
Okay, let's all get in a car with mom and we'll prove it wrong. Let's bring the mics. And get in a car with mom with the mics.
Now, I mean, yes, the occasional cyclist that's in the way, that will piss me off. I can't stand cyclists on the road.
When
I don't want to share the road
when
with
people
them.
cut you off. When
I don't mind people cutting me off.
Yeah, you do. When people don't use their turn signal.
That's annoying. Yes.
Okay. Cyclists.
Cyclist is that is.
I
is
would
probably my
also say people driving really slow in the wrong lane.
yeah, it's a bit annoying.
Okay. Landon, what else? Braking when there's nothing in front of them. Okay.
Okay.
What else, Landon?
Not knowing how to work a 4-way stop, that always drives me nuts.
Yeah, that drives me crazy too. That annoys me. Or you know what else annoys me? When like power goes out in like traffic lights and they flash.
Mhm.
People don't know how to proceed through a traffic light that like the power's out. That you treat it like a 4-way stop. Nobody knows that. That drives me crazy.
All right, so
Can we talk about the fast food question now?
okay, yes, go back. Sorry. All right, go ahead.
That was a good question. Then I got the mic yanked out of my hand.
Yeah. Okay, before all of us answer the question, if you're listening in the comments, all fast food chains, who do you think would win in a fight? Let us know before we answer the questions.
Like all of them?
So I'm talking about McDonald's, Taco Bell, Burger King, KFC, Wendy's. But we'll stop at like obviously like Applebee's, Chili's, that kind of stuff doesn't count.
Yeah, because
We're talking about drive-through window.
Yeah.
You get your food in 5 minutes after you order it. Fast food place.
Dude, honestly,
Well, that would take Taco Bell out.
honestly,
You get your food 45 minutes after you order it.
Zaxby's.
You think Zaxby's will win in a fight?
No, Taco
See,
Bell.
in my head, Zaxby's is like a little chicken guy.
Taco. No,
And he would get his tail whooped.
It would definitely not be Chick-fil-A.
I don't think it would be Chick-fil-A.
God's chicken. Oh, am I allowed to say that?
Why'd you say it with such hate?
What is with you guys? I didn't say that with hate. It's God's chicken.
It definitely would be Chick-fil-A.
That's exactly what you sounded like. Nala, come here. Nala. Well, now she's over at this microphone. I guess
Oh
it's
my
not,
gosh,
that's
it's
not any
not
better.
working.
Cookout.
Ooh, because cookout's like backyard barbecue.
I think Taco Bell would whip everybody's ass.
You think so?
Yes. I think Taco Bell would whip everybody's ass.
Taco Bell's a good one.
I'm going. Hear me out.
All right.
Burger King.
Okay.
I say Burger King because right away I wanted to say McDonald's. Been around a minute. Old man strength.
What about Culver's?
Definitely not Culver's.
Damn it.
Culver's is too prissy.
Prissy.
Can you still say the word prissy? Yeah. All right.
Taco Bell's a little prissy.
I say Burger King because Burger King to me is like the beefier version of McDonald's.
What about Bojangles?
Ooh, Bojangles is a good one.
Yeah. All right, well, I got another one. Little fun question. What are some trends that y'all hate?
Everything has protein in it, and it drives me insane.
Well, like the
You
protein
cannot
powders
go
and like
to
the,
any store, even a gas station at this point. Everything has protein.
like loaded up, like the muscle milks and all that kind of stuff.
No, like that's normal. Like a protein, like you take protein powder and water, protein powder and milk, you make a drink. That's normal. Like that's fine. That's been around forever. I feel like. But then it was like, oh, people don't like that. So then it was like protein juice. So now it's like Gatorades with protein in it. And then it went from protein bars, and now, like the other day, I was at the store and I saw like ramen noodles with protein.
They make
like protein ramen noodles.
They make juice with protein in it.
Like it's basically protein powder, but instead of making like a milky drink, like milk based, it's like a juice, like apple juice or something, but it's protein.
No, I've seen the protein chips. That's weird. I mean, they're not bad, but I do.
But
notice.
everything has protein fucking pasta now.
Yeah.
Protein pasta, protein ramen, protein everything.
But why does it bother you so much?
Because I feel like people are trying to chemically add, like, maybe not chemically add is right, but like every couple years, I feel like there's a different trend. Like it used to be fat-free stuff. Then it was everything no sugar, zero sugar everything. Then it was everything's keto, everything's low carb. Like now it's on protein. And I just feel like it's this revolving door of consumerism around health where people get super, it goes viral, gets super trendy. They get really, really into it and then it dies and they go to the next thing. When I think it's way more important for you to just be educated and have general knowledge about how to take care of your body, what to put in your body, instead of this massive like hyper fixating on, I need everything protein, everything protein, everything protein.
Mm-hmm.
And you stop thinking about sugar. You stop thinking about fats, carbs, or everything zero sugar, nothing else
marketing.
Matters.
It's marketing and
it's just
what
all
sells.
it's all consumerism and it drives me insane.
I'm with you because this is part of what I do. So, I mean, I was even shopping the other day for granola and I couldn't find any granola that didn't say protein granola.
Yeah.
Protein cereals.
Cheerios has a protein cereal now.
Protein, there's even protein Pop-Tarts, which makes me laugh. That makes me laugh. But no, I understand that trend.
Also,
is
if you want protein with your pasta, have a chicken cutlet. Have some meatballs. If you want protein with your breakfast, have some sausage. If you're vegetarian, protein powder in a shaker. Or if you don't like the protein powder in a shaker with milk or water, they make the protein juice. But it's going as far as like everything you see has protein supplemented into it.
Well, and then it's
when there's healthier and other ways.
It's also the
protein.
constant. It's the push of the push of it all too, and you should have this amount of grams, and it is a pain. And growing up in the 80s and 90s, there's always the trend. It's the diet mentality, and right now it's protein. And now you're also going to start seeing fiber. But it is. I'm with you, Alex. I'm annoyed. I try to ignore it. I really try to ignore it. But I think it works. I think people buy into it and it sells products. And
but that's the consumerism side.
Yeah, and it is frustrating. But the underlying thing that bothers me is not so much that, it's why people are buying into it. Everybody wants a quick fix. Everybody wants to, lose weight. Thinner is better. Healthier is better. Have more protein because they're looking for something. And that's not the answer. And it's
like
just
an instant gratification kind of thing.
No,
or like a quick.
No, they're looking to change their bodies. Is the underlying my theory, my belief.
Yeah,
it's just like growing up with everything fat free. I've got to shrink my body. I've got to change my body because they're not satisfied with their bodies. And then the sugar-free thing went around, everything with aspartame and sucralose and now protein, bump up the protein, you'll be fuller. But it's the problem is, in my opinion, is they're selling a false narrative. And that's the sad thing, and that's the diet mentality. And like you talked about keto, everything was keto. Don't eat carbs. Why? Because everybody wants to change their body because nobody's satisfied.
Yeah.
And that's whether it's you want to lose weight, you want to change your body, you want to have, smaller is better, or you want to, bulk up, whatever it is, it's all about not being satisfied with who you are right now in this moment. So that's
Yeah.
really what irritates me, is that they're selling a story. And after protein, it'll be something else.
That kind of leads into something else I was thinking about the other day that we hadn't brought up as something we wanted to talk about. But you said something about in the moment. And that's something that I feel like I've tried to work on recently, is trying to be more present in the moment and not as worried and consumed about the future, what's going to happen, and really worrying about that, and just trying to be more present in right now. Do you think that's ever something that you've struggled with or tried to work on, is like being more present in this moment right now? How I am right now, what are things I appreciate about how I look right now? What are things that I
Yeah.
love about myself right now?
Yeah, that's always been a struggle. I only got good with it the last so many years. When you guys were little, I was always worried. I was always worried about what might happen to you, what might happen to me, what might happen to Dad. Everything was always a concern. When I started practicing self compassion is when I really started to understand, because it really has everything has to do with control. You have absolutely no control of the future. You have no control over what might happen to anyone. And understanding that is the reality, then you get to learn how to, okay, well, let's enjoy today. I have no control over any of this. So, how can I go ahead and enjoy my life and not live in this fear or worry?
Yeah. And just
Yeah.
remembering to, I think there are a lot of times in my life that I was so worried about the future that I missed out on a lot of joy that I could have had in that moment if I just would have been more present.
Well, I think, and that goes back to darn, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Yeah, but you don't know until you try things.
Yeah.
We'll either so worried about the future, or darn, I should have done this. I wish I would have done this. Gosh, if I could have changed it. You know what you know. And you and Landon know way more than I did at your age. You guys being 26 and 22. But it's all, we're going to be concerned. It's just abandoning the moment, and then you can bring yourself back. If we're going to always worry about yesterday and always be concerned about tomorrow, then we are not paying attention to what's happening right now.
Yeah.
But
Len,
that takes practice.
Do you think that's ever something that you've like struggled with?
No.
Oh.
No. I've always been.
At 22, you wouldn't.
I did.
Oh.
Very
well,
much
I did,
so.
but I also had a child and was married by then. I'm just kidding, Landon. I know I stole the microwave phone away from you again.
The microwave?
The microwave, eh?
Like microwave.
No, it's never been. Are you talking about? Because you're talking about like things that you do. You worry about the outcome of it, how it'll affect things that go on in the future, rather than making a decision and living it in the moment and enjoying it.
That's something I've always looked up to you about, though. Like looked up to about you is that you're very good at it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like you take it as it is.
Oh, I can't stand that. It is what it is.
I know you don't, but I don't know how else to say that. Like we've talked about it before, and we might have talked about it in the last episode. Like Dad and Landon are very good at things are the way they are. What am I going to do about it right now? Where me and you, I think we did talk about it last episode. Me and you are very worried about the future, or at least used to be.
Yeah, me.
So that makes sense for that to be Landon's answer.
Me, it's always been like, I mean, it could be anything, hanging out with friends, work, I mean, honestly, anything. Yeah, I've never really worried about. It's never really stressed me out that if I do this, then what's going to happen in the future, what's going to come. I've always been very in the moment,
Yeah.
which I'm happy about. And I mean, yeah, like you said, I mean, it's just always something that has been about me. It's not something that I learned or anything or had to teach myself, which I'm grateful for.
Well, I think we always talk about stuff that we want to work on and we want to change. But what's something for each of you that you have always admired or liked about yourself? What's something that you've always thought I really like that quality about me?
I think about me is I'm very reactive, very, very reactive in a quick way. It's like the fixing side of me, where as soon as something happens, I either figure out a solution immediately, or I'm very quick to figure out said solution.
Okay.
And I never panic
Yeah.
ever.
I would say that's accurate for you.
Yeah.
What about you, Mom? What's something that you've always
Well, I
thought?
can't say I never panic.
Me either, but I could say Landon never does.
Something, a quality that I really like about myself.
You know, throughout your life, we always have things, or we've always talked about things like, oh, I'm working on this, or I don't love this, I want to change this. But what's something that you have never or haven't in a very, very long time felt the need to work on because it was something that you really enjoyed about yourself?
I really like that I'm a good listener.
You definitely are.
Yeah, I really like that. I don't think everybody is a good listener, but I really enjoy listening and I like having people feel like they're seen and they're heard. I think everybody's story is important. And I also really root for people. There's so much judgment towards so many people. And I really, and we all judge, that's human, but I really like to give the benefit of the doubt for a lot of different situations that maybe people are going through. We just don't know their story or how much they could be hurting. So I like to listen. I like to listen to their side and what they're going through.
Well, I think that definitely stems from you're a very, very empathetic person.
Yes. And that could be hard though. Being an empath is, I remember going to therapy and my therapist told me what an empath was. And I'm like, oh, being an empath can also be extremely exhausting, mentally
Yeah.
draining, because sometimes it's hard to not take it on
Yeah. Like start carrying the weight.
of what they're going
what
through.
they're going through.
Yeah, and that's a tough one. Yeah.
That's true, because I was going to say that's one thing I've always liked and never really struggled with is how empathetic I am. But I think that that's very true, that that's a good quality, but can also make things very difficult. But it's never been something that I'm like, oh, I want to be less empathetic or I want to work on,
Mhm.
That's just something that I liked about myself and saw like, oh, there could be this negative side to it. But I always admired that about myself and about you.
So is that what you would say?
That's what my answer was going to be, was being an empath, just empathetic and truly caring about what other people are going through.
Do you ever notice though that stuff like that can affect your like it all depend on your mood? Like if you're in an annoyed mood, then it's like I have no empathy for anything. Like it
Yeah.
could totally be just depending on your
Yeah.
mood.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good question, Alex. I like that.
I just feel like we always talk about, I don't want to say negative stuff, because I think it's good that we talk about things that we want to work on, but it's nice to also talk about things that we love about ourselves.
What does that mean, empathetic?
What does empathetic mean?
What does empathetic
I
mean?
feel like I know what it means, but
It's, I don't know if this is a word, empathizing with what other people are dealing with or going through, how they're feeling, being aware of other people's emotions.
Go ahead, read it, Landon.
That's what I feel like it means.
yeah, I don't know. Google says showing or having the ability to understand, share, and be sensitive to another person's feelings and thoughts.
Okay.
There it is.
Can imagine what life is like from another point of view.
Yeah, so because I would say I'm very quickly put myself in the perspective of somebody else and how that would make them feel.
Yeah. I feel like I do that sometimes, but I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm a. I don't know. I don't know if I'd say I'm an empathetic person. I don't know if it's that bad to say. I don't. I just
I
feel like
just
I
no,
don't.
I don't. I think you have empathy. You know what I mean? Like if
Yeah.
something was happening in mom's life or my life, like you would have empathy for it, but you're not just empathetic to all of these people in your life all the time.
Yeah. There'll be some times where somebody's telling me whatever it is they're telling me, and then I'll do that. Like I'll put myself in their shoes and think about it like that. But it's not. Yeah. I don't immediately jump to do that.
Yeah. For the next episode, if there are any questions that you guys have that you want us to answer, ask each other, ask the room, give us some ideas because we really enjoy when you guys give us your input on what you want to hear about, questions you want answered. So just if you don't mind, give us some ideas in the comments of what kind of questions you want to hear about. But I think that was good. Episode 5.
Yeah. This was good. Nice, relaxed conversation. I also like talking about our differences. You know how we're family, we're similar, but we're also different. I like
Yeah.
it. Awesome. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Bye.